Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. So you're the founder and currently CEO of She Matters, which is an NGO still, right?
No, actually, well, yes and no. We have a hybrid. So we have a hybrid social enterprise. So we have a foundation, but we also have a BV, a for-profit company of She Matters. So they both have different functions. So for the foundation, I'm the founder and the executive director. For the BV, I'm the CEO.
Okay, and so what you guys do is you guys take people who are refugees and women especially.
Yeah.
So women refugees who come from all across the Middle East mostly. They're here in the Netherlands and they're trying to find a job. Right. They have a lot to offer, but they face difficulties getting into the job market, and you guys help them kind of get over those obstacles.
In a very broad nutshell, yes. And it essentially our aim is to connect women, specifically women, with employment in the Netherlands. And we do that, as I mentioned, through the hybrid enterprise that we have with She Matters. So the ultimate aim is just to first make the women feel good, get them some workshops on soft skills, mentorship, look at their CV, and that's done through the foundation. And once they graduate that program, then they move over to the for-profit company, which is a recruitment agency. So the model took, I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and it took a lot of pivoting, a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes and picking myself up and moving forward. And yeah, it just happened, just organically. So that's how we adopted the model.
Did you feel when you made those mistakes, did you have that moment where you think, oh, I'm such an idiot. Like, why have I been doing it like
Absolutely.
this for this long?
Absolutely. And, it took a long time for me to be okay with making mistakes, because by nature I'm a perfectionist, and I'm also a trained lawyer. So right. In law school, they drill you to look at all of the small details. Like, there's not one detail that's too small. So that was like 3 years of law school training that just compound that with my A-type personality. It was really difficult to make mistakes and to own those and say, I messed up. But now I tell everyone who wants to listen, I make mistakes all the time. If you're looking for someone who is like perfect, like, you're not going to find her here, because that's not what I do. I do learn from them. That's the thing, is I don't really like to call them failures or mistakes. If I don't extract the lessons from those mistakes or failures, that's when it really is a failure. But I'm always looking for the lesson. I'm always learning, so I can use that and move forward. Do
you have any big ones that you can give to people? Not necessarily the specific mistake, but the lesson that you learned from it?
That's a good question. Oh, there's so many. In the beginning, I think, we started out as a foundation. If I could talk about She Matters, we started out as a foundation, and we were incorporating some traineeships in our program, and so we would work with companies for these traineeships. We don't do traineeships anymore. And this was a hard lesson, because the candidates that we were putting in those traineeships were excelling in their role, and the idea was that they would be hired for that right. job afterwards, and they were not hired, and that
so
was
it was
really,
like they were being taken advantage of in a way.
I want to say that it was. It's hard to find to absolutely say that, right? It's difficult for me, because I always want to be cautious, and on paper. It's you see it, but then you experience it, and I speak with the women, and some things just don't add up. For me, that was just sort of a form of injustice, and I guess in some ways, sort of taking advantage of the talent that the women have to offer and the skills. So that was a hard lesson, and we, like I said, we don't do those anymore. We focus now on jobs. Was it a mistake? Looking back, it was hard to tell. Again, everything's been so organic and so fluid, and I'm just like, let's try this and that. But yeah, you learn.